Hi everyone, welcome back. Not a lot changed since the last video, but I did get a couple of packages I wanted to share with you guys. And one issue I had with SK Tank that I already put in the forums, and as I thought it's a easy fix, just putting a 1mm washer for a spacer, but we'll get into that in a couple of minutes. It'll be a fairly short video. I'll just show you the 3 packages I got in the mail. And I'll show you, hopefully, better camera system, so you're gonna see everything better. I picked up 2 new cameras. This one here is a, let me switch to the, actually let's first show the tripod camera upgrade. This is the new tripod camera. It's a Logitech C some who knows what. It's 1080p and it's got autofocus. So I'm sure it's going to be out of focus most of the time. And then for the other camera is I got, was just on eBay browsing, got this for $50 shipped. It's a Logitech Brio 4K. Should be a pretty good camera. It is what I'm using for this camera. Same quality, so you're gonna get very good 1080p, very good 1080p, very good 1080p. So I think we're gonna be okay. Less of that blurriness. Let's quickly go through the things that I received in the mail. This here is a plastic bag. In it is an LED strip. I want to light up this 3D printer so you can see it from the moon. Okay, so this is it. It's a 5-volt, powered by 5-volt. It's a whole roll. I'm gonna connect it most likely right into the octopus, into one of the fans, and it's gonna be controlled via G-code. So it'll turn on when the G-code tells it to turn on, and then turns off when it's done printing. I think it's fantastic, because right now, with my Ender 3 crazy upgrade that I have, it is a pain in the ass, because you can start it remotely and then I have to go downstairs and turn the lights on so I can see what's going on. Maybe in this video I'll also show you guys my Ender 3 and what stage it's at right now. But let's not get carried away. We'll just talk LEDs. Not much going on here, right? Pretty self-explanatory here. Amazon also has them pretty cheap, so just take a look and see. They have sales, pretty good sales sometimes. This is another thing from AliExpress. I recommend anyone who's trying to get to a temperature quicklier, to get this. It is basically insulation. It's insulation for your bed. The printer doesn't come with it stock. It costs a couple of dollars. Takes a couple of weeks to ship. Foil on one side, foam insulation on the other side, well, in between, and then double sticky, or we'll say the adhesive surface on the back side. So what you actually do is, after you install your silicone heater in, you stick this to it from the back side, which I'm sure will make it fun if the thermocouple or the thermistor actually fails, that you have to take this thing off. But it will retain the heat, right? Insulate, so that you can get more heat into your bed. I would say this is even more important if you are keeping the original silicone heater, right? Because I believe it's in 450 or 500 watts, which is on the low side. I saw a couple of people complain about it. What are you gonna do, right? And the last bit of thing that I got Let me actually show you via screen recording. It's a Kinovo heater. I, of course, half awake because I watched the kid at night, ordered the wrong size. Ugh. That happens, right? I bought it's a 750 watt, 120 volts with a thermistor, but it's 300 by 300 millimeters. Sucky. If I was gonna be awake, and I would need to buy one, I would most likely pick up this one right here, either 330 by 330 Traxi or this Canova heater for Warren 3D printer. And if you look like this 340 by 340, I'll probably go for that, because it would come the build plate is 350 by 350, so it'll give you just enough gap, 5 millimeters all the way around the bed. If you think that's a little too tight, then you can go for this 330 by 330, which is, I think, the size of the silicone heater that it normally comes with it. So there we go, 8980. You get a good quality branded, right? I think it's a pretty good brand from my understanding. Silicone heater, and the corners and the centers are pre-cut, right? So even if you get close, you should still be able to use it as it was designed by Seckit Tank. So this is how it comes in. Let's use all the fancy cameras I have. Okay, maybe I'll just take my address off because I'm that kind of weirdo. These 4K cameras and the shit. I don't want anybody coming and trying to steal my printer. Wow. So you're just gonna watch me try to peel this off right here. I guess I should have thought about it beforehand. This wasn't ever an issue, because I don't have anyone watching me assemble 3D printers before. Okay, done. Looks like a ship from California, so I'm not sure if there's like a distribution center. Blah 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 blah. 300 by 300, 120 volts, 750 watt, 150 degrees thermistor. Let's hope. Ooh, this camera is nice, huh? Wow, such a nice upgrade. Let's gently open this thing without cutting anything, hopefully. It'd be funny if I also just ruin it. Oh, so there was also people saying that you can taco your build plate. You can taco your build plate. So what happens is when you attach the heater to it and it puts too much heat in, right? 750 watts, a lot of heat. It'll actually taco your plate. You'll warp it. The build plate that comes with Seckit Tank is pretty damn thick. I do not know if heater will tackle it. There is a potential for that. So I'm gonna run Clipper, and I'm going to set it up so that I do not get 100% output from the silicone heater. I'm gonna set it probably like 75 or 80% that it can be on cycle, which should potentially make it safe. Let's see. Oh, nice! Look at that. It opens up. All right. Do we want a tripod camera, or do we want this? Ooh, let's do this and then switch to the tripod camera. And you open it here, open here, open here. Piece of cardboard. Comes with a piece of cardboard. Fantastic. All the money you spend. Ooh, what is this? What kind of stuff, Chinese stuff is this? So definitely came from China. Alright. Take it out of the bag. Ooh, it's nice. It is thick. Look at this Kinovo. Looks like quality. Too bad it's the wrong size, but it looks like quality. So this is the Kinovo. A what? A thermal part of your success. That's their statement. So then you have your thermistor embedded in here. Unfortunately, there is no fuse, which is a nice thing that the thermal fuse that the stock one comes with. And then you have the thermistor cable. They use 3M 468 MP 200 MP adhesive. Print looks legit. I'm guessing it's definitely 3M. Alright, what is this? Dear valued customer, thank you very much for your business with us. Blah 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 blah. Business card. Fantastic. Get a nice little brochure. Okay, don't throw up. Tells you how to install it. Fantastic. And a piece of garbage. I don't know what this is. A Lucky Charm something? Should I keep it? Yeah, I'll probably keep it for a couple of days. Because I hoard stuff sometimes. Maybe I'll hang it. Where can I hang it? Where can I hang this thing? It needs to go somewhere. It needs to go somewhere. Ooh, how about I hang it on the tripod? Right here. Boom. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. The kid's still sleeping. Perfect. Alright, so I'm gonna pop this back in a plastic bag. In the plastic bag it goes. Too bad it's not 350 millimeters and it's only 300 millimeters. I should stop ordering stuff and I'm half awake. Kids, right? Okay. Well, is that it? That's it. Now, I can show you my Ender 3. How are we gonna do this? First, let me turn the lights on. So it's nice and easy. First, I gotta turn it on. It actually has a part on the bed still. I was running Y sensor relocator for SK tank, and that's the last thing that finished on it. Test. Ooh, look at this. Maybe you can just like pop in. Just the right one. Oh yeah, look at how we're gonna do this. Look at this technology. Perfect. Alright. This is, or what used to be, Ender 3. I installed E3D Hammer on it with this fan. The fan was actually, the shroud for it was printed in polycarbonate on this Ender 3. As you can see, I have an enclosure, homemade enclosure. One of my friends had extra polycarbonate panels before COVID, and he gave me a whole bunch, so it was a perfect opportunity to use it for. Well, it looks like that belt is rubbing. Let's look at this. Is it rubbing? I think it's okay. Alright, so what do we got? We have a camera, Logitech. It's focus adjusted to record the parts as they're going. I put new belts in there, there's new tensioning mechanisms, right? So you have that tensioner, and then you have this tensioner. This came with a knob, because my enclosure was built before I bought this. I had to take the knob out and put a little bolt in there so it wouldn't interfere with the door. The aluminum bed is stock. There's a glass sheet on it with a PEI sheet glued onto it with nice paper clips holding it. As you can see, I upgraded to linear rails. So it's linear rails everywhere. And then there is one motor for Z that transfers the rotation to the other side, so you have even lift from both sides. The bed is also moved by linear rails. And I don't know if you can see the setup underneath there. And use the insulation also. And then you can see all the wires coming out of it. They go through that hole in the panel into this monstrosity. I have a Raspberry Pi up here that's running Octoprint. Let me just open that. Take a look in here. And this is inside of the panel. We have a circuit breaker that is not actually being used anymore. You have your 24-volt power supply. You have your, I'm not even sure which one this is, SKR version 1.3 board that is running this whole printer. And then we have two solid state relays in there. One's for the bed, one is for the hot end. And for the light, I went with this cheapo USB light. It's been a trooper. Printed everything I needed. Was easy to program. Was my first and only 3D printer. And I'm not even sure. I think I'm gonna keep it because it works fairly well for high temp stuff. So polycarbonate, I'm probably just gonna continue on printing there. Let's see. I think this is it. Wow, this camera is so much better. Look at the light, like it does not dim. It's fantastic. So cool. So freaking cool. Logitech. You make fantastic webcams. Alright, let me turn the printer off, and then we'll say the goodbyes. Let's see. So, that's it. That's all I got for today. Oof, you know what? One thing. Totally forgot, right? The thing that I mentioned at the beginning. Let me pop this thing in here. I'll lower this. You can see the table. Fantastic. Alright. So, Seckit tank assembly. I assembled these two. And while I was reviewing them, I noticed the following issue, which you may or may not have. You see how those two pulleys are pretty far from each other and they cannot touch each other, right? Which is what you want. Well, as I was staring at this one, check this out. They're touching. Probably not what you want. So I measured this steel tube and this steel tube, and they're off by 1 millimeter. So this one here is 16.5, this one here is 17.5 roughly. So I went online, well, to the forum to ask what I can do to fix it, and if it's just putting 1 millimeter washer is gonna do the trick, and they basically said yes, so that makes sense. So I'm gonna add a washer on the tube side, so on this right side right here, and that should move the tube 1 millimeter, which should be give me just enough space to keep those away. That's it. That is as far as I went with this build for now. So waiting till the end of the month, and then we'll get it going again. I hope everyone's having had a great Easter, and I will chat again with you soon. Maybe even sooner if I find more stuff to do, or more stuff to go over. Hope your SK tank build is going well. Have a good night. Bye.